Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. So the newest expansion just barely hit the live servers and I've been busy here trying to create new decks. I thought I was going to create a Tom Kinch deck first, but actually what really intrigued me was the Stony Suppressor. Lee Sin has just been awful lately and I think everybody can agree with this. This Stony Suppressor is like a hard counter to a lot of decks, especially the Lee Sin deck that has a lot of spells in it. And yeah, they have no way to deal with this card. I mean, they could get lucky and draw an Obliterate or something, but like, if they've got Invoke, but for the most part, they just are not going to be able to deal with this card. It's awesome. I really like the concept because it allows me to make decks that I guess will work well with this card, but then at the same time make it really hard for the enemy to be able to do anything. And I know that sounds toxic, but I guess we can fight fire with Lee Sin. So anyways, you can expect, because this makes all spells cost one more, it also affects us, and so we really want to reduce the amount of spells that we have in the deck. As you can see here, we've got 12 spells. We've got Ranger Resolve, Single Combat, Mobilize, and Troll Chant. Yeah, and then everything else, they're relatively cheap as well. They're not super expensive spells, so that's good for us as well. We can still get some pretty good value out of it. But yeah, we've got basically the rest of our deck is going to be units, and we really want to be using Mobilize to reduce the cost of our units. And on top of that, we've got cards that are producing units so that we can kind of fill up our hand. A problem with these sorts of decks is that when you run most of the units, right, you have spell mana left over, you're really inefficient, and so what we really want to do is have our hand full of units at all times so that we can at least play something. So we've got things to draw cards. We've got Vanguard Redeemer, we've got Babbling Bjerg, Averos and Sentries drawing us cards, but then we're also running the Howling Abyss, a new landmark, and it is absolutely random. At the round start, you will create in hand a random level 2 champion that's not in your hand, deck, or play. Yeah, this card works really well in this deck. Mobilize still does not affect this card. They might need to change the wording of this card to say units. It says reduce the cost of allies, should be reduce the cost of units because landmarks do not count as an ally. It's not reduced, so you do have to wait till round 7 to play this card, but once you do, you get a whole bunch of champions in your hand, and yeah, you can draw into Mobilize, reduce the cost of these champions, and you are able to play them a little bit more efficiently. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and then just kind of finishing up the game, then we've got Garen with Rally, we've got Tiana Ground Guard with Rally, and we got Bright Steel Formation with Rally. And this is kind of our deck concept. We want to reduce the cost of our allies with Mobilize, play these cards earlier, make it really hard for the enemy to deal with. And then basically all of our spells are combat tricks in order to keep our units alive. So Rangers Resolve, Single Combat, Troll Chant. All those 3 spells, they're pretty cheap. The most, I mean, if you've got a lot of Stony Suppressors out, then nobody's really going to be using spells anyway. But we might tinker around with this just a little bit, just kind of reduce maybe even more the amount of spells that we have in the deck. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy where it's at. It's been pretty fun to play, and you should definitely try it out. This is definitely a meme deck. This is not for climbing ladder or ranked in it by any means. I haven't really tried a whole bunch of it out, but I've mostly been kind of working around this Stony Suppressor, trying to find decks that work with it. Been super fun so far. Super happy with the gameplay that I have today. Hopefully you are too. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Alright, first off, we're going against a mana ramp deck, so this should be really interesting. I really want my Stony Suppressor early on, as many of those as I can get. This could really screw him up. Alright, and speak of the devil, we got a Stony Suppressor. I'm actually going to keep Howling Abyss too. Going to get rid of Ranger's Resolve, that doesn't really help me. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Stony Suppressor is actually, I think, going to be really good in this sort of matchup because it's out of Avalanche range, right? Let's see what he does. Alright, Spacey Sketcher. So that's fine. Hopefully he picks up a spell here. That could be really funny.
Is another spark.
Okay, let's go for Omen Hawk. I always forget this to watch and see which ones they get rid of. It looks like Troll Scavenger. Alright, this is fine. I'm actually okay with trading into the Serpent if he wants to. And he doesn't even go for that, so we're okay here. I think we are okay to block as well, which is interesting. Alright, yeah, so actually he gave up a lot of his tempo there, which I'm also okay with. Let's go ahead and just play the Stony Suppressor straight off here, and yeah, see what happens. This is actually awesome because he's out of range for quite a few things here, like Pale Cascade if he's got it. So let's end the round. Now he can use it if he wants to.
What will you have?
Alright, so he goes ahead and heals here. I'm going to play another Omen Hawk.
Let's take this outside.
Yeah, we're just gonna block like this, I think. And we'll pass. Alright, let's go ahead and play our Babbling Björg here. Pick up a Tryndamere, so that's awesome. And yeah, I'm going to attack with him. Alright, that's fine. We'll finish off the round. I kind of expect him to open attack here. He doesn't. Let's go ahead and play Garen. This makes his attack really awkward. He also doesn't know I've got a Ranger Resolve that I can play. Alright, we'll end the round there. Okay, we're one away from Howling Abyss. I think I'm going to actually just attack with my Garen before doing anything. Do I want to do that though? Let's go ahead and play the Omen Hawk. I don't think he can punish me too bad for this.
We do what is right.
Alright, we're going to attack with these two. We're going to hold on to our Stony Suppressor. And he's going to allow me to just hit with my Garen, which is great. So that tells me he does not have a lot in hand here. Alright, Ice Pillar, so he's going to be able to play that next round. I can't really play anything here. I'm going to hold on to all of this mana anyway. We've got Judgment for this next round.
It's always cold in the Freljord.
Alright, so he's going to level up his Trundle. This is fine. We'll go ahead and pass here. Got 10 mana to work with, so I can steal. Alright, and he is going under.
No such thing as yet.
Still gonna pass. This might scare him. Yep. Alright. Brightsteel Protector. This is definitely interesting. Let's go ahead and play the Howling Abyss. We can level up Garen here by pulling the Ice Pillar. Alright, so he has to use Star Shaping. Alright, we'll go ahead and attack the Ice Pillar. Level up our Garen. And see if he can do anything. He can't. Awesome, this is great. We're going to get a champion here. Let's see what we get. We get Katarina, a leveled up Katarina. Alright, this is actually pretty funny. See if he can play an Aurelion Soul here. Okay, so he's not playing Aurelion Soul.
You gotta believe me.
He's doing this because he can kill the Garen.
This is gonna be fun.
Which I think is I have to be okay with. because I kill him. Alright, I've got a second Garen here that I can play, which I think I'm going to do. I got a couple of things here actually. Let's actually play the Bright Steel formation. This is actually a really interesting play if he's got Aurelion Soul, because this is going to allow me to get a free attack on him and he cannot block back. This is also awesome because it's going to allow me to get multiple barriers off when I attack with him. Alright, let's attack here like this.
I've carved meat bigger than you. I'm back next.
Alright, force him kind of into an awkward block there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't even know what that could be. Unless it's an Obliterate card. Which would feel pretty bad, to be honest. But not much we can do about it. Alright, we'll end the round. Gangplank. Mobilize. 4 costs for Mobilize here. Alright, I think we definitely want to open up with an attack here.
Bar the doors.
And we want him to play his Aurelion Soul. He doesn't. We've got some mana to work around. I'm going to be kind of uncommittal here. I'm going to play my Avarosan Sentry. Alright, there we go.
Never.
Okay. Here's our cat. He should be out of range for any Obliterate card because of the Stony Suppressor. I think the only Celestial card that he had was Immortal Fire though, so I should be in pretty good shape. But the cool thing about this is that I'm going to be able to attack twice here, and I don't think he's going to be able to, want to make sure I get barriers here. We are actually going to pull like this, I believe.
They're coming! Hide!
Alright, so he silenced his cat. I think I'm okay with that. And it's a good thing that I actually pulled with her as well, though. Anything else that we can do here, really? Not really.
They'll come for you!
We'll just play Mobilize here. And I think we are going to end the round.
Smashing!
Alright, so he's just attacking with his Immortal Fire. I think I'm out of range of really anything that he can do here. I'm going to play my Garen.
And sword for Demacia.
And I think we are going to play Vi here as well. Maybe Gangplank. Let's play the Gangplank here.
Tell my tale. Leave your bags at the door.
Alright, so I think this is okay. He's not pulled his Aurelian Soul yet, which kind of sucks for him.
Barrel.
And he could have Hushes, but I think I've just got to pull here, so we're going to pull with the Katarina again. Because he's going to be forced to Hush the Katarina.
Nothing's tougher than a troll.
We kill all of his units here, so he's going to have to use Troll Chant or something. So it looks like he's got Troll Chant, which is fine.
Explosives.
Alright, so we recall Cat.
No going.
Just gonna play Cat again. If he had Hush, he should have used it, and there he surrenders. Alright, got the win there. That was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. Howling Abyss for the win there. Stony Suppressor, I think, actually did quite a bit of work there as well, because it did force him to use a lot of extra spells and stuff. That was actually a pretty good gameplay there. I'm pretty happy with that. A little slow at the end just because he could stall out with healing and with his units, but I mean, once we got the Cat down, and I will admit that the Bright Steel formation and the Cat are a pretty crazy draw together, so that did definitely worked in our favor, but that was hilarious. I really liked that.